In this video, we're going to take a look at Alicia Keys, ESFJ or INFP. This video is a little advanced, so if you're not familiar with the cognitive functions, you can go to whattype.com/beginner to learn more. If you are familiar with the functions and you're interested in being able to figure out the personality types of friends and celebrities, you can find more content at whattype.com/free stuff. And if you'd like me to analyze your personality, you can visit whattype.com/mytype. Alicia Keys was typed as an ESFJ on a popular site, and I suspect a number of other sites have taken their cue from that site and also listed her as ESFJ. I'm going to explain in this video why I believe Alicia Keys is an INFP and not an ESFJ. Let's start by talking about temperament. ESFJs are sensor judgers, or guardians. Guardians use introverted sensing as their main perceiving function. Introverted sensing looks for what's constant and reliable about the world. First and foremost, they want to understand how the world is and relate to that. Their nature is more conformist. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. Sensor judger types help keep the world grounded, but they're just not radical and revolutionary compared to NFs or NTs. ESFJ performers in particular tend to have both a grounded traditional side and a side that enjoys the finer things in life. They see the world as it is, and they look for comfort, luxury, and pleasant emotional experiences within it. NFs, on the other hand, are more restless and see more of what's possible in the world as opposed to what is. Here's a video of Alicia Keys reciting a poem she wrote at the MTV Music Awards. This is textbook NF. She's talking about breaking down barriers that society imposes on us and that keep us separate from each other. Okay, Viacom has blocked me from using the clip I was going to use here, so I'm going to go ahead and just recite this poem for everyone's benefit. I'm going to resist the urge to sing it the way that she did. But anyhow, here it goes. If war is holy and sex is obscene, we've got it twisted in this lucid dream. Baptized in boundaries, schooled in sin, divided by difference, sexuality, and skin. Oh, so we can hate each other and fear each other. We can build these walls between each other. Baby, blow by blow and brick by brick. Keep yourself locked in. Yourself locked in. Yeah, and we can hate each other and fear each other. We can build these walls between each other, baby. Blow by blow and brick by brick. Keep yourself locked in. Yourself locked in. Oh, maybe we can love somebody. Maybe we can care a little more. And maybe we should love somebody instead of polishing the bombs of holy war. For contrast, here's an ESFJ, Reba McEntire. Sensor judger types think more about the past and tradition than intuitive feeler types.
Traditions are very important. When I was growing up, we'd all go over to Grandma Smith's. And then after Grandma and Grandpa passed away, that tradition was passed on to Mama and Aunt Jenny. And Grandma made the best banana pudding. And then Paula, my cousin, and I took that tradition over. I like to put peanut butter on vanilla wafers. It's a little too rich, I only did it one time, but it was good. So on the bottom of the bowl, you have your vanilla wafers and you put peanut butter on it. You lay it down. And then you put your pudding, and then you put your bananas, and then you put another layer. I grew up on 8,000 acres in southeastern Oklahoma. So Daddy would get a pile of all of us kids and Mama in the truck, and we'd go out into the field where there were just a ton of cedar trees. So we'd look and we'd look and we'd look, and we were like, what was wrong with that one 30 minutes ago? We should have gotten it. We're all hungry, ready to go home, cold. So we finally find the right Christmas tree, and we cut it down, and we take it to the house, and we decorate it. Now, Mama would let us, two little girls, Susie and myself, decorate it first. Well, we'd have a blast, and we'd just rear back and throw the tinsel on it. And then about 2 days later, Mama would say, Alice, Donna was a friend that lived with us. She said, would you guys like to decorate the tree? So they would take them forever, and it was just gorgeous. Me and Susie sitting over there, didn't like it much. And so we'd wait a little bit, maybe 2 days, and we'd say, can we do it again? Mama said, sure. So we'd take it all down, redecorate it, and it looked terrible, but we didn't care. And so Mama would just let us do that. She's a good mama. I think the Christmas special takes you back the way it used to be. I was really glad to get to host the CMA Country Christmas and get to sing. I got to sing some songs that's off of my Christmas album that I released this year. The people that are involved with it, from Alan Jackson to Kelsey Ballerini, with traditional Christmas songs that are secular and spiritual. So it's a real fun evening, and I hope you all tune in. It's the CMA Country Christmas on ABC, November 27th.
Now let's take a look at a clip of Alicia Keys talking about not wearing makeup. This is introverted feeling on display. You do what feels good for you, she says.
I think the most important thing is that you do what feels good for you. It's really not about anything else. You do what feels good for you, as opposed to what we think people want to see us like, or we think is, if I show my bald spot, someone's going to think I'm, oh, whatever. It's like, just be who you are.
By the way, you're not anti-makeup. You don't begrudge other people wearing makeup.
I love makeup. I love my lip gloss. I love my blush. I love my eyeliner. It's like not about that. At the same time, I don't want to feel beholden to
You're not
have
swearing
to
it off
do it.
forever.
Right.
You're just not in the mood right now.
And I just want to be, honest to myself, and all of us should just be honest to ourselves, and yeah, just be yourself and have a great time and do what makes you feel good, as opposed to trying to please every damn body.
I love that.
Now contrast that with this clip of an ESFJ, Liberace, showing off his rings. The difference should be clear.
Show, I've been hearing little things like, I wish he'd show us the rings. You want to see the rings, do you? Sure, okay. All right. This first one here is the candelabra ring. That was given to me by Bill Hera up at Lake Tahoe in Reno. And this next one is a Russian sapphire. My mother gave me that for Christmas. It's been in our family for about 3 generations. This is the piano ring, and you know who presented that to me? Baron Hilton. And guess what went with the piano ring? A $3 million contract with the Hilton Hotel here in Las Vegas. Isn't that fantastic? Wow! Oh, you're right, Phyllis. Phyllis said the ring would have been enough. Oh, and this one I'm very proud of. This is what they call a royal amethyst. And it's appropriately named because that's the ring that was presented to me in London when I did the Royal Command performance for Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth. This one's pretty too, but it doesn't represent anything. It's just made out of the leftovers. So cute. I heard somebody say, how does he play the piano with all those rings on? Very well. Yes.
Here's another clip of Alicia Keys displaying FI and her intuitive nature, thinking deeply about authenticity and self-expression. This is classic INFP.
I would say the thing that I think I've been called to recognizing is just be aware of the illusions, because there's a lot of illusions that are shown to us and given to us just as human beings. And we're not even talking about writing songs or being an artist or not being an artist. Like, as human beings, there's these illusions. There are things that are true, and there are things that are untrue, and there are things that are real, and there are things that are unreal. And I think in this world, we tend to live in a room full of illusions, of things that really aren't deepening you as a human being. It's like very superficial. It's very like on the surface layer. It's very shallow. It's very, just what you can see, as opposed to encouraging us to go deeper into our inner, what's inside of you. To your point, how do we know who we are? How will we ever know who we are if we never are able to go deeper inside of ourselves and say, like, that doesn't feel good. Why doesn't that feel good? That does feel good. Why does that? You know what I mean? Because we have so many things that we learn, to your point, from other people. And then we call that our truth. Well, that's how I feel because someone told me they felt like that. And damn, which one is my truth? So I think that's another thing that I've been receiving a lot more, and wanting to just be more in touch with that ping, that like zing, that zing thing. You know it when you feel it, and you know when you don't feel it. You know when it's not that feeling, and you know when it is that feeling. And what does that mean, and where does it come from? And actually taking the time to kind of look into that a little bit, because we have so many complexities in our lives, and we're all different. So it's all different for each one of us. But that's something just to be aware of.
Here's a clip of another ESFJ, Diana Ross, for comparison. You can see that she's coming from a very different perspective. She doesn't seem to have any problem with the idea of spending time and money looking as good as she can on the outside.
Miss Diana Ross.
When singing sensation Diana Ross goes shopping, she can expect star treatment all the way. But then everyone who walks through the doors of couture house Christian Dior is made to feel like a celebrity.
I have the last 2 years since I found Galliano is to buy a lot of his dresses because he does a beautiful cut.
Very
really like this one. It's very nice.
Trying on John Galliano's divine creations makes even Miss Ross feel special. Miss Ross's only dilemma was choosing which gown to model for the ticket.
I could put that on. That looks like Scarlett O'Hara, doesn't it?
Eventually, she decided on this extraordinary $150,000 hand-stitched creation.
I don't know if I would ever think about making a costume in a rust orange color. My colors, my favorite colors are red and the primary colors, white, black. I might wear blue, but I'd hardly ever wear green, and we might wear green today.
As one of the music industry's most glamorous stars, it's perhaps not surprising her passion for fashion goes back over 30 years.
Fashion is my background. I majored in school in costumes and drawing and illustrations.
She not only has an eye for couture, she designs many of her own stage costumes, and she revealed to the ticket she hopes one day this will lead to a new business venture.
Now let's look at a clip of 3 ESFJs together. This is Diana Ross on the Regis and Kathie Lee show. In terms of the content of what they're saying, you might notice that they're talking about people, memories, and details. Also, notice the body language. Feeler judges will tend to lean in and play with personal space and body language as a way of establishing and maintaining rapport. The extroverted feeling here is so thick you could cut it with a knife.
To our show.
Thank you.
As a matter of fact, I've been reading the book the last couple of nights, and Kathie read it too, and we really enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thanks
really a
very
terrific
much.
story.
You know, I read your story a lot before I started writing because you have such a wonderful sense of humor in it. And I wanted to stay light.
you.
I really did.
I appreciate
like it. And the
that.
captions under your pictures, I try to do some of the same kind of thing. I really did.
I happen to write-
Ross mimicking me, I love it.
It was really
That's
nice.
very sweet of you.
Yes.
Well, we have some of the pictures, and it's another. The book is chock full of pictures, and that's always great to see. You know, the life in picture form
Yes.
there. It's just
What
terrific.
a beautiful family you have.
Thank you very much.
You have a present one, but the one you came from, gorgeous
Thank
people.
you. Thank you very much. Also, do you remember when we met?
I
first
do.
time? Yes.
I do. The first
so you
time
met my husband?
I know your husband. You know, the thing is, though, the first time I met you won't remember because you were in Vegas and I came to see you perform and I was sitting very close to the stage. Diana Ross is one of the most incredible live performers. I mean, there is like an electricity that just, it's like sparks. And you go around and you give the mic to certain people to sing along with you and reach out.
You
and touch.
didn't give it to her, did you?
She made the mistake of giving me that mic.
Yeah, got
No,
the
she-
act that night. Did she give it back to you? An hour later. Here, Diana, take it away.
There was a struggle.
Take it home, Diana.
But it was such a thrill for me. And then later we had dinner with our friend Graham Lacey,
Yes.
who married you and your husband.
Yes.
Well, now, Diana, let's go back to the beginning because the book is terrific.
All the way back?
Well, let's go back to the primettes, okay?
All right.
What were you, in your mid-teens,
Well, I was about 16, yes. sir.
singing with a bunch of your friends?
Yes, actually I had moved to the east side of Detroit and I met 2 wonderful girls and I had always been singing since I was a kid and we started to sing together. Actually it was 4 at the beginning and then we found Motown, which was not very far away. Actually Berry Gordy was brought up maybe a block away from where I was brought up. It was a very small community in Detroit.
And was he in business at the time you were
No,
starting
he was
out?
not. He was a manager and he was a boxer.
Oh, yeah, that's
And he
right.
managed Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, and I lived right down the street from Smokey.
Oh, my
and I knew that someone could make a record and have a hit record on the radio, and I wanted to do that. And so I met Barry, and well, the rest is history, of course.
There's a sweet...
INFPs, by contrast, will tend to hold their space more. Here's another clip from Alicia Keys on the Today Show. Notice the difference in her body language compared to Savannah Guthrie, who's an ESFJ.
For me right now, and I'm loving it. I'm feeling centered. I'm feeling powerful. I'm feeling clear.
And you're looking gorgeous. I mean, part of that is it's internal, but it's external too. You've just kind of started a movement here. I don't know if you meant to, but you are
No, I
not
didn't
wearing
mean to,
makeup.
exactly.
And I mean, first of all, you don't wear it so well. Did I say that right? You look absolutely gorgeous. How does it?
Okay, that wraps it up. In my opinion, Alicia Keys is clearly an INFP. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And if you like this kind of stuff, you'll want to go to whattype.com/join to become a member. We've got more celebrity videos, a library of lessons full of video examples, and a community where you can have your questions answered and where you can debate type in a respectful environment. Try it out for a week for just $1.